Hi there, guys. So today we're going to review the three sports cars you can get and potential cost of fixing them. Obviously, everything is based on the Copart UK because that's where I'm buying my cars from. And I'll show you what I found. I'll show you the potential cost as well, based on some parts I found and what I'm thinking needs to be replaced. The parts are sourced out in UK, but also in Europe. Whenever I could find it, obviously you don't have to buy it, but this is what I'm suggesting. Okay, so let's crack on with it. The first car I managed to find is this nice Lotus Elise. I'm assuming Sport. It's a 17 plate, which means 2017 car, run and drive, 15,000 miles on it. Only 1.6 manual, but let's think about the size of that car. This is a tiny, tiny car, which that's plenty. As far as I'm aware, it's somewhere about 130, 140 horsepower, which doesn't seems to be a lot, but again, this is a tiny car. As far as I believe, this is a Series 3. And potential acceleration on this is about 6.5 seconds when you're good with the manual. So it's a quick car. It's a quick car, and this is our entry level sports car I'm suggesting for today. The car has been valued at £27,500 before damage. That means that much been paid off from the insurance company to the previous owner. At this moment in time, it's £7,700 on the auction. Still 2 days to bid. I think it will be in the region of £10,000 when it's going to be sold. Now, is it worth it? We'll go through the details and I'll leave it with you to decide. The brief look at it, we can see straight away there is a front damage. It does look like the car went underneath some bigger car or slash lorry or whatever, which is just squashed. The front bumper is completely gone, the grille is gone, and well, as I'll show you later on, there is no front bumper. It's called the front clamshell, which is the whole part including the bonnet. So you're buying all of that in the one piece. As you can see straight away, it looks like it's a fiberglass, which makes it light, but also not very cheap to replace. As you can see over here, the damage is quite extensive to the top. The fog lights, or whatever is the purpose of those lights, the small round lights, seem to be intact. The left headlight is still good. The windscreen is good, and I think the door is good as well, which is brilliant because the parts are fairly expensive. So there is a photo of the damage from a little bit closer. We can have a look over here. Yeah, the damage on the door, there is a little bit, but I think this is repairable. It does not need to be replaced. So yeah, it's a really good looking car, considering the size of it, and I wouldn't mind. Interior, massive door seal, but it's fairly good looking interior, full leather, obviously manual, very simplistic because of the weight. It's a run and drive again, which is brilliant. I've got nearly full tank as well. That's brilliant. No airbag deployed. If this car actually comes with the airbags, because I'm not quite sure. I know they tend to be really, really basic on equipment down to a weight, but I'm assuming it might have airbags. Yeah, good looking car. Now, what I'll think it'll cost you to repair. First part I would recommend to consider is this front clamshell, which is integral part of the bonnet plus the bumper. That will set you back £2,200, found in the local in UK company lotushartops.com. They also offer the full accident repair facilities, which is amazing. So in theory, what you could do is buy your Lotus, send it over there straight away, just set the price, and then if you're going to be happy with the price, pay it off, and then you're picking up the complete car. So this is a good deal, I'm thinking. The second part is the headlight. You need the driver's side headlight. Unfortunately, only one I've managed to find at this moment in time. Sets you back £1,400. I would consider getting in touch with the Lotus itself, and I would find out what's the original price. I'm only giving you prices which I've managed to find online quickly, and then I'll leave a decision to yourself. So the last thing I'm thinking you will need is the radiator pack, down to the fact that this is well, maybe not radiator pack because I'm not even sure if the car comes with aircon, but definitely the radiator, because it's mounted underneath the clamshell, the front clamshell, which probably I would suggest getting replaced. Take an opportunity and get it upgraded as well. The original ones are not available. Get the upgraded one and you'll be laughing. I'll just say you've got an aircon in the car, you want to put also the twin fan aircon bracket kit. It's £484. This is an ex-VAT price. Let's just put another £100 on top of it. You're looking at £600 for an upgraded, really nice radiator pack for your new Lotus. And that's about it in terms of getting the parts. You probably will need some extra plastics, but it's hard to tell straight away without actually seeing the car. I would suggest put another probably £1,000 for some bits and bobs you'll need. You probably will need some plastics over here for air circulation. Also, the front grille is not included in a clamshell. Maybe those lights, the brackets, I would say £1,000 easily just for a bits and bobs. Well, the only issue I've managed to find is the lack of the wing. I cannot find the wing anywhere. I'm not quite sure if it's a part of a clamshell. I don't think it is. So this is something which you'll have to take into consideration. But apart from that, I would say in terms of spraying, you'll have to pay about £600 to get the front resprayed, depending on the shop, obviously, because this is quite a lot to respray. Maybe between £600 up to £1,000, and then probably another £500-600 on the labor to put it all together. Probably in the region of £15,000 you can have this beautiful Lotus. The second car we're going to be looking at today, this is like a mid-budget option. I would say it's this Porsche 718 Cayman. They're being called the Poor Man 911, which I'm thinking is stupid. Very nice car. I mean, a really lovely color outside, the baby blue color, like a 2.5 litre petrol, which gives you plenty of power. 2020, 38,000 miles, run and drive as well, which is brilliant. Paid off £40,000 from insurance company to the previous owner. The interior is black. Unfortunately, we've got the airbags deployed, which we're gonna take into consideration when we're gonna be talking about the potential cost of repair. Engine control fault. I'm assuming this is down to an airbag being deployed because the front damage is not that massive. We've got a windscreen also damaged. Rest of it seems to be a fairly good nick. Let's talk about the cost a little bit. How much could it potentially cost you to repair? Starting off £13,000 and still 8 days to go, so this might reach well over £20,000 in sale on Copart, and then you have to take into consideration that you'll still have to splash out on the parts, but how much parts can cost you? Let's have a look at that. First cost you have to consider is the airbag kit. It will set you back £2,000. You've got ECU in a kit, you've got seat belts in a kit, which is amazing. Obviously dashboard, airbag, sound. Put another £400 on replacing this because you have to take a dashboard off, you have to have a seat belt out, you have to have an ECU either resetted or replaced. In my opinion, there is no difference if it's done correctly. The ECU is completely fine. We'll just restart. The airbags will work again. This is only a computer and you only get rid of any errors. No matter what they're going to tell you, it's not an issue with getting ECU restarted rather than replace it for 6 times as much. The second part you'll have to look at is the front bumper. I've managed to find one on eBay for £1,000. This is a complete front bumper. Honestly, this is a good price. This is a very good price. £1,000, sorry. I think this is a really good price. For £1,000, you've got nearly complete front. Amazing. This is a good deal. I would definitely suggest getting that. This is the original bumper, so you won't have any issues with lining up. Good deal. £1,000. It's a good deal for a Porsche. Okay, the next part, unfortunately, I've managed to find abroad because there is no in the UK available at this moment in time. I found one in Poland for a 2.3 thousand of a local currency, which translates to about £440 plus the shipping plus VAT. Let's consider this is a £550 for a complete front crash bar, including the polystyrene shock absorber. Good price again, nearly 500 quid for that sound. The next part is the water radiator. This is a driver side right coolant water radiator. As you can see over there, it's been slightly damaged. I would suggest replacing that. Plus you've got the all plastics behind it. Also a good deal, £250. You can also place a best offer. I think this is a good deal. You've got a genuine part. Why not just not go and buy one? Well, in terms of the rest of the repairs you have to take on this car, definitely you'll have to consider getting all 4 wheels refurbished because they are scratched, which means that probably each wheel gonna set you back about £100. 4 wheels, 400. Let's just round it off to £500 to get all the wheels refurbished. In terms of labour, as I said before, probably £400 to get the airbag kit replaced. Spraying wise, you've got the whole front to be resprayed, so you'll have to put a new bumper on it, which means that you'll have to shade also the front wings and the bonnet. For a really decent garage, I would say that must cost you about £500. And I think the labour of putting the radiator, I'm really concerned about that aircon radiator. That will need to be replaced. Probably will set you back another £400 just for that, maybe £300. Plus the labour, maybe £1,000 to put it all together, because the front beam is crashed, but you can see already that it's just compressed, so it won't be any jigging work, and then you're just replacing that, so bolt-on repair, and then you'll be sound. Obviously, if there is no gap issues, you'll have to have a look at that. If there are gap issues, let's put another £300 on jigging it back to the shape, which gives you a grand total of the last car we're going to be looking at today is the 911 992. The car has been damaged to the front left corner. You've got 2019, 26,000 miles on it, 3 litre petrol with automatic gearbox, £39,000 at this moment in time, with the estimated value of close to £86,000. This is non-starting vehicle, so keep that in mind. Still a really decent car. So we've got airbags deployed, which we're going to talk about as well. So let's crack on the potential cost of repair of this beauty. What we're going to be looking at is the front bumper, which again I managed to find in Poland. 13,500, which translates to about 2,500 pounds. This is not a complete bumper, although it looks like it's mainly complete. It does not look like it's an exact copy of the one which is on the car, but the one on the car looks like has some additions, like a splitter, which probably either is aftermarket part, but for a bare bone bumper, £2,500 plus shipping plus VAT, let's consider it as a £3,000. The second thing is the front left headlight, the original headlight LED matrix, £1,850 for a brand new headlight. The next part we're going to be thinking about replacing is the front left headlight, which will set you back about £2,000. This is a genuine brand new LED matrix available in UK, so really decent that you can buy it. For £3,025 you can get an airbag kit repair service, which is not ideal, but if the quality is right, then maybe you can consider. I myself wouldn't do it, at least for a dashboard. I would get that replaced, then airbags brand new or second hand, not deployed. Same with the seat belts, but this is down to you. At this moment in time, there is only that available for a £3,000 plus probably £300 for the labour. Also, what's visible that it is damaged is the front left suspension corner. You can get that original as a complete unit for £1,500 here locally in UK. So a complete set of a suspension corner, which is definitely better than replacing a singular part, because everything will be damaged. I'll tell you, you will never find that one which makes that knock. Just replace the whole damn thing and you'll be sound. Last part I would suggest to think about is the alloy wheel. So for a £675 you can get a brand new alloy, plus probably another £250 for a brand new tyre, but still well worth it for your safety. For £300 you can find the wing as well. It's slightly damaged, but you will have to respray it anyway, so this can be addressed on spot, but it's a genuine part, so I would definitely suggest getting that over some sort of a cheap Chinese knockoff. That will help you out massively in terms of setting the correct gaps and having a decent quality of rebuild of your car. So I probably missed some parts, especially if you've got some plastics over here and the radiators, but I will strongly suggest it. So overall, how much will it cost you? I'll try to put it over here. Car also sustained an issue with the rear support, so the car recognized they might potentially be on the roof, so you've got them two bars deployed. You'll have to get those rewind back and get the new rear window, but that will be also recorded in ECU on the airbag system, so the error will be gone. And probably this is the reason why your car doesn't start. Obviously with the sport cars you have to be extremely careful. You've got so many safety devices, so make sure the car is fixed properly. Me personally, I'm not buying the cars like that, down to the fact that these cars are not designed to drive slowly and the damage can always be a little bit further, but they are definitely repairable. Is it worth it? It's down to you. It's very interesting to actually browse through and see how much potentially it will cost you. Okay, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.